Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I am going to do a September budget with me. If you are new here, I do about 2 budget videos a month. I usually show you what I'm anticipating my budget to look like next month, and then I do a recap at the end of the month to see how much we actually spent. I have been doing budgeting for a while now. My husband and I have been doing it as a way to pay off debt, increase our savings, and just stay on track. Some months are better than other months, and yeah, going into this month, it's a little bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of up in the air right now because I know that our loans come out of forbearance in October, but then also Ben has been having some health issues and we don't know if it's going to affect his work. We don't know if it's going to increase the amount of doctors that he sees, supplements, medications. We're completely unsure right now as I make this budget. It's very stressful. If you've watched any of my previous budget, health issues, especially with his health, is slightly traumatizing because he and I got into some pretty deep debt the last time that he went through this. He wasn't able to work and it was just a really rough time. It's a little bit nerve-wracking that we could be going into a similar season, especially because I'm not working full-time. I do like freelance. He is working, but if he needs to take any time off like outside of the vacation that he has, we don't know what's going to happen at this point. As of right now, we're going into it believing that this is the budget. You'll see that I'm leaving a fairly large buffer. I probably also will keep our rollover from August in our September budget depending on how things go. I'm just really hoping we don't have to dip into our savings at all, because again, if you've watched this, you know when we moved to Chicago just a couple months ago, my dog Cora had to get surgery on her ACL, so it basically halved our savings account with that. We weren't prepared for that. But yeah, so it's just a little bit stressful. If I seem a little off, it is because I'm very stressed about this stuff right now. We still currently have an income. We both still have an income. We have some savings, so I'm trying to stay positive about that. Let's jump into the budget. I'll show you like what it's supposed to look like, but we'll see what actually happens. Like, I know our August budget is going to be very off just because all this stuff started a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago, I should say. Let's jump into today's budget. Okay, so here's the budget. Here's what we're planning for September. If you can send any good money vibes our way, we would appreciate it. I know that this income looks really good, and it is really good, especially compared to a few years ago when we had a third of this to live off of. But it's just stressful because you'll see that money goes away very quickly based on some of the stuff that we have. So I am expecting about $9,400 in income. So that is my income from freelance, Ben's income, and then we get like a payout from a business that Ben used to be a part of. That payout goes directly to our savings account unless we need it. Like moving forward, it might have to be a part of our income, but right now it's still a part of our savings. Any rollover that comes from August, like I said, I'll probably leave in this budget just in case we need it, although I don't know if we'll have a ton of rollover. Just it depends how the next 2 weeks go because it's only August 17th as I film this. And then miscellaneous is like if we get any gifts, if we have some interest payments or anything like that. If I have to pull over any savings, I would put that in there. And then Ben is supposed to get a cash grant payout in September as well, so that should come out like mid-September. Normally we would just push that directly to our savings or to a debt, but again, until we understand like what's gonna happen with his health, I'm not going to be pushing that money anywhere, especially not toward debt, maybe toward savings. So that is the plan for that, and that is my income without taxes taken out. So that's a guesstimate of how much my income should be based on how many blogs I'm planning to write. And then you'll see when I get down to the bottom that I actually have something set up for how much I actually make, and that'll tell me how much savings I have to take out. So like, you know, while my income is whatever this number is, like I'll have to take taxes out and put that in a savings account. So I won't get to use all of that income. So moving on to fixed expenses, Our rent is $2,500, which is insane, but welcome to Chicago. Renter's insurance, we don't have to pay in September. All of these are the same. We have a couple new things because I moved over my business budget to this budget. So we have a couple of apps, Google Drive for Ben, our internet, phones. I used to pay out of our business, now we'll pay this way. My Canva subscription, which is how I make the thumbnails for this channel. Spotify, we both use Weight Watchers, so this one sucks. I signed up for like a 9-month or like a 6-month thing, so even if I cancel it, I'll have to pay through that amount, and I think it's up in October because I really haven't been using it. If you've watched any of my like what I eat in a day videos, I've really struggled with Weight Watchers on and off because I just don't think that they give you enough calories, especially if you're someone that doesn't eat like low fat packaged foods. I don't know, like as someone that eats mostly gluten-free and dairy-free, it's just really hard to manage it that way. So I would rather track calories or track macros or something like that instead. But I still do have this, so I'm still currently using it. And then Libsyn is $5 I pay for my podcast that I stopped about over a year ago at this point, but it's got some really cool stuff with it, and I really loved that podcast, so I still pay $5 a month to keep it up on Apple and Spotify and all that. So $2,900 of fixed expenses. Then our debts are all the same until October when these 2 federal loans go back up. I don't know how much they're going to be, so this payment will be much higher come October, but I don't exactly know what that's going to be yet. I have this hidden for our personal loan. We do still owe our family money. They helped us pay off some credit card debt that Ben had so that we could stop paying so much in interest. But with moving and then Cora's surgery and now Ben's health, we haven't been able to start paying back on that yet, so I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. That's something Ben has to figure out, but it's just not priority to either them or us right now. So that's really helpful because, you know, if it was any other type of debt, they wouldn't care if we had personal stuff going on. Really grateful for that. Moving on to variable expenses, I'm struggling with these. Like, these are the types of things that I want to lower quite a bit, but if I have to, I will. Obviously, if Ben needs to take like leave of absence from work or something like that where we're not getting paid, then I'll have to cut these down. But this is what I made before he got sick, so we'll see. Groceries $800, Costco $300 because we've been spending well over our budget there. We'll see if we actually need that much. Food, restaurants, I did up to $200. That is one that we'll cut if we need to. Medication and supplements, I upped to $300. That might not even be enough, I'm not sure. It depends what happens with his health. Household is like IV stuff, formula, dishwasher pods, like any of that kind of stuff that we need. So I have $450 for that. Beauty is one that I have higher this month. Usually I pay for my nails and Ben gets a haircut every month. Again, obviously a category that we will cut if we need to. I don't need to get my nails done, although it is something that makes me really happy, so I would be sad, but I've cut it out before and I can do it again. But I need to get, what does this even say? Haircut. I need to get my hair cut and I would love to get it dyed, which is why I have such a high number here. This is kind of on the table for being cut depending how the next couple weeks go. I have not gotten my hair done in almost a year at this point, but I'll have to put it off if I have to put it off. I feel like I'm super negative right now, but it's just a little bit of a nerve-wracking time. I really don't want to get back into a space where we have to be super, super tight with our money. I'm just a little nervous, so sorry about the like negative attitude here. Personal spending I have at $150. That's also something that can be dropped if needed. We rarely use that anyway. Doctors I have at $300. That's probably one that might be more because if Ben starts going to therapy and I go to therapy, that's $200 between the two of us. And then if he has to go to the doctor, actually, well, yeah, I have to get a lump looked at in my breast next week, and that is not fully covered by insurance, so but that'll come out of our August budget. And yeah, so anyway, this is definitely one that may have to go up. Utilities I have at $250 and car I have at $250. We have not been even coming close to hitting that. In fact, I'm gonna put that down to $150, and I'm gonna put up doctors to $500 just because, I don't know, I could see that definitely happening. Car though, we haven't been going anywhere, so we're not really paying for anything at this point. Core and fin is $250, and then I have a $100 buffer. And then I have some money going into savings that I just have preset. Technically, September is my dad and Ben's mom's birthdays, so maybe we'll send them a card or do something with that. I don't really know. I'll just put $50 there in case we do something. Neither of them are really gift people, so we'll see where it's going. And obviously if we don't have the money, they're not gonna want us to give them a gift. Taxes, again, that'll come out of how much I actually make. I'll show you what that looks like at the end of my August recap, because I'll be able to show you like the taxes that I'm gonna pull out. And then these three, or all of this stuff, there's nothing coming out for that. So a 0 or 927 technically, but most of that is savings. So that has us with an out of $8,621.97, and that is with an $810 buffer. Normally I would move that to savings for sure, but again, some of this stuff might have to tighten up. It depends. I don't, like, for some reason, if Ben doesn't have an income, that would highly change what's going on in here. So you'll have to wait until our September budget recap, because I don't know what that's gonna look like. But as of right now, that's not what's gonna happen, but that might. So if it does happen, maybe I'll do like an edited September budget at the beginning of the month, so you can see what we have to do if he can't work. But as of right now, we're hoping that that doesn't have to happen. That is what our budget is looking for, or looking like it will. That is what our budget is looking like for September. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Sorry if I'm just a little bit off today. It's just been a stressful week over here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any, tips or tricks you want to let us know down below, or any good vibes send our way, we would love that as well. And hopefully this is actually the budget that we get to use next month. If not, I'll do an updated one at the beginning of September and let you guys know. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.